cliche. We're on the run.
Hey guys, Dino here. So it is finally here. The day for the shootout is finally upon us. So I am actually pretty excited about this, you guys. This is something I've been looking forward to doing. I just knew that it was going to be something I had to dedicate my time to, because I'm testing 5 different boards and I have to do the same thing with each board. And for instance, a distance test, right? If I do a distance test, or when I do my distance test, I'm probably thinking maybe 5 miles, right? If I did 5 miles on each board in one day, that's 25 miles. I mean, I don't know, I could maybe do that, but it's pretty hot. Like right now it's 100 degrees outside. I don't know if I want to do 25 miles in one day. So yeah, it's gonna take some time, but I should have it out for you guys this upcoming weekend, which is today technically, right? Because you're watching it. So it's all happening the same day. Just so you guys know, I am super organized and my cardio is excellent. And anyways, okay. So we have the Pantheon Trip. Now, I have done unboxings and I've gone over all the specs on all these different boards. So you guys can refer back to that if you'd like. Let me see. I might have some from here with me. Let's see. Okay, so the Trip is, excuse me guys, sorry, my allergies are killing me. As always, every day, year round. So the Trip is 33 inches in length, 165 millimeter trucks. These are Paris reverse kingpin V3 trucks. Yeah. I thought this was swapped. For some reason I was thinking these had the street trucks and these had the reverse, but these have the reverse kingpin. Okay, so reverse kingpin, 165 millimeter Paris V3 trucks. Now I do have a medium orangutan nipple bushing in the front and a hard or yellow orangutan bushing in the rear. I have seismic speed vents. These are 85 millimeters. 79A, this is the Black Ops combination, I guess, and not the DEF CON. Excuse me. So let's see. It features a double drop. So this board does have a double drop, just so you guys can see that again. So there's that. Then we have the Zenit boards, AB 3.0 Adventure. So this is the Zenit boards here. This is 34 inches long, so if you notice it is a little bit longer than the Pantheon. The wheelbase on this one is 27.75 inches. For the, did I not write it down for the Pantheon? I think I put it on the screen for you guys. That's why I didn't write it down. But the Zenit is 27.75 inches, and you see obviously the Pantheon's a little bit shorter. So 34 inches in length. The deck length starts at 9.5 inches, or the width I should say, and it tapers down to 9.1. And for instance, let's do the, let's see. Okay. So the width here is about 9 1/4. Yeah, about 9 1/4 on this one, and it does not taper. And this one starts at 9 1/2 and tapers down to 9.1. Excuse me, I apologize, you guys. Then we have the, let's see, the Dropcat there. This is the Dropcat, the white one here, the 33, Dropcat 33. That's got a 33-inch deck. The width tapering from 9.62 inches. The wheelbase on that one is 23.9 inches. That does have the Bear 6, or the Gen 6 Bear trucks, 180 millimeter, 50 degree. It's also got these 72 millimeter Plow Kings with the 78A. Then I have, let's see, the Rayne Future Killer, which is this one here. So that one is 35 inches in length, a width of 9.62 inches. It's designated as a flexi deck. The wheelbase on that one is variable from 25.75 to 26.75. The style is a downhill freeride style trucks. The board, sorry, not the truck. The trucks are the Atlas reverse kingpin 149 millimeter trucks. Reverse kingpin is 149 millimeter. The wheels are 70 millimeter NBs that are rated at a 77A. And let's see. Now I think that the Rayne board is the only top mount board I have in this shootout. So we'll see how that plays in. The rest are all drop through. I just noticed that. Yeah, so drop through, drop through, drop through, drop through. And top mount. So we'll see if that has any sort of effect. I mean, you know, it's also got a drop on it. Let's see. Yeah, and then so we have the last one there is the LandYachtz Switchblade. That's a 38-inch deck. I don't know the width. I apologize, you guys. And it's also, it has been updated with the 72 millimeter plow king. So let me go ahead and, now I'm going to give you guys some, even though I've done this before, I'm going to give you guys some shots of the boards. But yeah, so this does have the 72 millimeter plow kings on it. I have ridden it, and these plow kings do make a huge difference from the 70 millimeter mini zombies that came on it. And my goodness, you guys, yeah, it made a huge difference. It was so much smoother. It rolled so much faster. So this is going to be interesting. You know, this is going to be fun. So let me go over the categories I'm going to do for this test for you guys. So I'm going to be testing all the boards and pushing. So what I mean by pushing is I'm going to see, you know, how easy is it to initiate from a stop? Is it easy to push and switch? How comfortable are you pushing? You know, or is it while you are pushing, I guess? Stopping. So are these boards easy to foot brake on? You know, my foot braking is not great, but I've gotten better. And, you know, but also I have gloves, so I can always put a glove down and, you know, stop that way. So stopping. That's why I didn't put foot braking or glove down, slides, or anything stopping. So, you know, how easily can I stop these boards, no matter how I have to do it? Agility. You know, how maneuverable are they going to be? Are they going to be easy to move in and out of traffic? When I say traffic, I mean like, say skating on a path and there's walkers. You know, is it going to be easy to kind of go around them, or is it going to be, you know, too long to where I have to kind of get off the board and walk it around? Now you can always, and I'm sure all of you do, pre-plan ahead. You know, you're scouting your route ahead, you're watching people, so you can always kind of see, and obviously that's part of it, you know, part of the agility. But also we are going to visit my favorite little park and you know, run it through there and see how, and I've done these all before, but now it's going to be as a shootout, so I'm going to do them all that way. Stability. Stability could be anything from, again, going back to pushing, you know, how stable is it while you're pushing? You know, obviously that has a lot to do with your foot placement, but you take that out of the equation, and then how stable is it, you know? Also, how stable is it to carve on? Is it stable while you're turning, initiating turns? How stable is it going over rough roads? You know, if I was to hit a rough patch of roads, is it going to be too stiff? And am I going to bounce off of it, or is it going to absorb it? And, you know, obviously, again, these are skateboards, so you have to expect that you're going to feel something, and you have to bend your knees and prepare for it. But, you know, you do everything you can do as a rider to prepare for that, you know, but then, you know, you're bored. Now, obviously, there's going to be certain boards that are going to do much, much better on this. For instance, these two boards, I mean, they have the largest wheels, both of them coming in at 85 millimeters. So 85 millimeter wheels compared to a 70 millimeter wheel, it's going to be a big difference in, you know, the overall feeling of the board, but that doesn't mean that these are necessarily going to be more stable, you know. Now I'm going to tighten the trucks up if I have to, or loosen them up if I have to. I may even back them all out and tighten them all to the same spot, and then I'll let you guys know how much adjustment was needed from there. So yeah, so then, okay, so speed, you know, so speed can be broken down into a couple categories, you know. Let's say that it's not very likely, but it's still fun to do. Racing, right? You're doing a little race, maybe you're just racing your buddy around the block, or I don't know, who knows, you know. Maybe a big dog is chasing you and you want to get away. So you're stopped. And how quick is it to initiate off the line, you know, from a starting line, you know, how quick is it off the line? And then how easy is it to maintain that top speed? So I'm going to measure long distance roll speed. Now I have different apps that I'm going to use for this, and I'll make sure to cite those in the description for you guys. And I'm also going to make sure I put screenshots on there. So yeah, so we're gonna measure, you know, not only starting line speed and top speed, but the average rolling speed. And then I'm gonna be the barometer for that, because I'm gonna let you guys know how hard I was having to work to maintain that speed. And, you know, if I was working or if I was enjoying it, you know, is this, am I having to really work to maintain this speed, or is it just like, you know, just going for a cruise? Portability, weight, and durability. So I am going to be demonstrating, you know, how portable these boards are. Obviously, this one being the longest may be at a big disadvantage in regards to portability. But, you know, we're also taking into consideration weight and durability. So yeah, there's that. And, you know, like these boards might be heavier because they have larger wheels, you know, even though they're not as long as, say, the Switchblade. I mean, that's, you know, got some weight to it, but, you know, that's got some weight to it. Not as much, but, you know, that's what we're going to find out. What's the weight, durability, portability, you know? Can I quickly throw it on a backpack and you know, go into a store or something like that? Fit, finish, design, style, and comfort. So, you know, we're gonna get close-ups to the board, all the boards. We're gonna look at all the lines on the contours. I'm gonna obviously give you my impressions as I'm riding through and doing my different tests. And yeah, so hopefully this is a fun video. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. I appreciate all support from you guys, and I apologize I haven't been getting back to you guys in the comments. I promise I will. There's definitely some people I really want to get back to. So I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate all the questions. I appreciate all the tips. Please keep them coming, you guys. Yeah, and so yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you're all having a great day, and let's have some fun. Thanks, guys.
Till the day I die, I spill my heart for you, till the day I die, I'll spill my heart for you. As years go by, I race the clock with you. But if you die right now, you know that I die too. like I hate you. We made the same mistakes. Until the day I die, I spill my heart for you, until the day I die.
From the inside out. So right now, say it with your chest now. Say it with your chest now. I'm young, I'm free. Can't nobody take me here and now. It's my time to run it out. It's my time. It's my time. It's my time to ride it. I'm young, I'm free. Can't nobody take me here and now. It's my time to run it out. It's my time. It's my time. It's my time to run it out. It's your time. Oh. Cheers to all the haters, cause you proved to me that rising to the top was my destiny. And you can see whatever from behind me, but I'm still flying.
Hey guys, so this was super fun right here. I know you really can't tell what board is what, but the purpose of that, I did it that way, was because, you know, all the boards were very similar, not a huge difference as far as like a starting line speed goes. They're all very capable, extremely capable, so that's kind of why I did it that way, overlaid it, and it was fun, so hope you guys enjoyed that. So now what we're going to do is we are doing a top speed test here. So this was a lot of fun. This was so basically what I did was I have a little trail near me, and it's got you know, a little, I don't know, overpass over the trail. So, you know, it goes down just like, you know, obviously it has to go underneath the bridge or whatever. So as I'm pushing, I'm trying to, you know, push as much as I can without obviously tiring myself out. So I went far enough back to where I could get up to a good speed and then maintain that speed. And then what I tried to do with every board was get one last extra little push right before I dropped in, quote unquote. And you know, as you'll see, I posted the top speeds. For instance, the top speed for the Switchblade, at least on this run, was 18.8. Now, the top speed, I don't know if it, you know, necessarily means a whole lot or not, because the Switchblade definitely did not get the top speed by any means in this quote unquote downhill test. However, when I was doing the pushing on flatland, it did have the highest top speed. So take this for as, you know, for what it is. You know, this was now what I will say is that these boards all felt extremely stable, and they're all, you know, fairly close together, you know, 19-20 miles an hour, which is pretty good speed, you know, for a push board. Now obviously I ride electric boards as well, and I do, you know, on my electric boards I'm hitting about 30 miles an hour, 31 miles an hour sometimes, which is still not nearly as fast as people will hit going down a hill. But the reason I mention that is because, you know, I am a little comfortable riding boards at speeds, and, you know, knowing when not to put input, when to put input. Speed wobbles are fun. You know, on a motorcycle we call that a tank slapper. So, you know, I guess the benefit of all this stuff is top speed 19.4 there. The benefit of all this extra stuff that I do is that, you know, just in those situations where you need to remain calm, you know, have that experience. So yeah, again, you know, these are not true top speeds by any means. These boards can obviously reach much faster speeds. You know, if we were to run them downhill, which is going to be part 2, you'll see a lot higher speeds. Now, what I'm using for all of my speed tests are the Ride app. It's just Ride, RIDE. I use it for my electric boards a lot. I use it for this board. What it does is it uses the GPS tracking on my phone, and you know, it seems pretty accurate. You know, again, you know, is it 100% accurate? I don't know, but accurate enough for what we're doing here, yes. So, and the best thing was that I used it on all the boards, so they were all sort of measured or graded with the same yardstick, if that makes sense. But again, all the boards were super fun. The Switchblade, the Pantheon, the Zenit, they all were so much fun. This was, I think, was a top speed of 20.3 miles an hour. I don't think anything went faster. But again, this board didn't have the top speed on the flat ground pushing. So again, take it for a grain of salt, and everybody's gonna have a different riding style, and you might be able to get a little bit more out of the board, or maybe you may not be able to get out as much. It just takes practice, which we're all doing. We're all trying to evolve as people and as skaters. So yeah, again, this was super fun. I'll pop in a little bit to check in with you guys, but I really hope you're enjoying the video so far, because I had a blast making it. Thank you guys.
Mistakes, I'll take the fall for you. I hope you need this now, 'cause I know I still do. Until the day I die, I'll spill my heart for you. Until the day I die, I'll spill my heart for you. Should I bite my tongue until blood soaks my shirt? We'll never fall apart. Tell me why this hurts so much. My hands are at your throat and I think I hate you. Still I say remember when, just like we always do, just like we always do. Until the day I die, I'll spill my heart for you. Until the day I die, I'll spill my heart for you. Yeah, I spill my heart. Yeah, I spill my heart for you. My hands are at your throat and I think I hate you. We made the same mistakes like friends do. My hands are at your throat and I think I hate you. We made the same mistakes. Until the day I die, I spill my heart for you. Until the day I die, I'll spill my heart for you. Until the day I die, I'll spill my heart for you. Until the day I die, until the day I Till the day I die, I spill my heart for you, for you. Until the day I die, I'll spill my heart for you. at your throat, and I think I hate you. We made the same mistake. Until the day I die, I spill my heart for you, Until the day I die, I spill my heart for you. Until the day I die, I spill my heart for you. Until the day I die, until the day I Till the day I die, I spill my heart for you, Until the day I die, I'll spill my heart for you. As years go by, I race the clock with you. But if you die right now, you know that I die too. You remind me of the times when I knew who I was. But still the second hand will catch us like it always does. We'll make the same mistakes, I'll take the fall for you. I hope you need this now, 'cause I know I still do. Until the day I die, I'll spill my heart for you. Until the day I die, I'll spill my heart for you. Should I bite my tongue until blood soaks my shirt? We'll never fall apart. Tell me why this hurts so much. My hands are at your throat, and I think I hate you.
All right, so that was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that. In between the downhill runs and this, we also had some time at the park, just skating around, cruising, park skating, you know, just kind of getting a feel for everything, seeing how it feels turning, all that kind of fun stuff. So this, what we're doing here is what I considered my quote-unquote distance test. Now, for the distance test, it was kind of tough because, you know, I wanted to get this video done. I had been doing a lot of different things, a little writing stuff. I mean, a lot of my writing footage I didn't even end up putting in here because I just wasn't happy with it, and I didn't want to put out a video I wasn't happy with. So yeah, so this was all fun. You know, this was fun. I did 2.3 miles per board, all in the same day. So here I'm doing my Pantheon. Now I will talk about this at the end, but these shoes I'm wearing are a little tight. So these are DC skate shoes. I bought them in a size 10, and I probably should have bought an 11, honestly, because these are snug without socks on. So here I'm wearing some socks, so I wanted a little extra padding. And I really did. I don't know if you saw my foot moving there, but my foot being crunched up in that shoe was really affecting me. So I mean, the best thing about the Pantheon though is that despite having this uncomfortable feeling in my feet, I was still able to cruise it very comfortably. I think had I been on maybe a different board or even, you know, a different style of board, I probably would have just picked it up and walked, because that's how bad my feet were hurting. But the Pantheon is so smooth and so stable and so comfortable to push on, to ride, that I rode it out and you'll see on the next board here, I definitely did switch shoes to the Vans. Now, what I did the same thing with all the boards, so I kind of pushed to that little stopping point right there, and then I used that. This is my last little half of the run here on the last leg of the 2.3 mile ride, and I use this to try to get as fast as I can on the boards. So yeah, now this is the Zenit. Again, you'll notice here with the Zenit board, I definitely changed my shoes, and my goodness, you guys, it was so much better after. So if I'm not mistaken, I believe the Zenit boards here, the AB 3.0 had the second top speed for the quote-unquote pushing test, and the Switchblade had the top speed. Now I'm going to attribute the top speed on the Switchblade to having the longest wheelbase. I mean, I don't know. And also, like I said, I think had I not done these all on the same day, and if I was wearing the Van, I know that sounds funny, but it made a big difference, you guys. Foot fatigue, and you know that when you're riding a skateboard, it really does bother you. So yeah, I mean, the top speed is a great piece of information. It's nice to know that you can push the Switchblade to such a good speed. I mean, this one I was able to get to 15.5 miles an hour. I think the Switchblade I got to 16 or 15. I don't know. Anyway, 60. It was over this one, so 16.1, I think maybe. But yeah, you know but then as a trade-off, it's a little. You feel more vibrations on it. It's a little stiffer. Not that but you just feel the vibrations a little bit more. I mean, much less with these Plow Kings versus the mini zombies that originally came on it. But yeah, it's a longer. Sometimes the cracks will translate a little bit more through the board. So there's that. I mean, all in all, like I said, and I will say, and as you guys will see, I don't think that there is a bad board in this bunch. I think it comes down to personal preference, but I will leave that for the end for you guys let you guys know who my winner of this shootout is. So again, I appreciate you guys watching. I really hope you enjoy it. This was a blast. I can't wait to film part 2, doing some hill passes, but until then, hope you guys are enjoying the video, and we'll talk to you soon.
We made the same mistakes like friends do. My hands are at your throat, and I think I hate you. We made the same mistakes. Until the day I die, I spill my heart for you. Until the day I die, I'll spill my heart for you. Until the day I die, I'll spill my heart for you. Until the day I die, until the day I Till the day I die, I spill my heart for you, Until the day I die, I'll spill my heart for you.
Hey guys, Dino here. Hope you are all having a great day. So I have finally completed my shootout. It has been it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of work. Now, one thing I do want to say is I'm gonna consider this part 1 So there will be one more follow-up coming up with all these same 5 boards. And on that follow-up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it downhill or do some hill passes. It's not going to be anything where I'm going to just like dive, but it's just a straight hill. Like I mentioned before, some of my other videos, I'm doing some scouting. So it's hard to find the right locations. I have a couple ideas. I talked to a few people, so there might be a couple of promising spots to check out. So part 2 will be that portion only. Pardon me. So, like I said, guys, it's been super fun. So I got the Zenit AB 3.0 Adventure. Now, pull these out. Amazing board, you guys. I love this board. The interesting thing about this board was that when it came time to me having to lug stuff around, this is a board that I rode. For instance, I had to, obviously for shooting purposes, I had to have all 5 boards with me. And one of my locations, it was just not feasible for me to just walk back and forth to my vehicle because I was kind of a little bit of ways away from it. So, yeah, I had two skateboards on my backpack, and then I had one in each arm and the Zenit under my feet. So this is a pretty awesome board. I mean, definitely very durable. It handled the weight just fine. I even ran it downhill with all that stuff, and it did really well. The Pantheon, it's honestly, guys, it's just such a beautiful board. It did so well in all the different categories, as we'll go over in just a moment. You know, maybe I baby this board a little bit too much, but it's because I love it so much, you guys. This board is, I love it. I absolutely love it, you guys. I'm not gonna. Okay, so you know, and also too for the 85mm wheels, I love them. I still want to try the ADAs, the DEFCON formula. We'll get there. Then I have the Dropcat 33. Now this actually was, so this is a board obviously I really like, but it surprised me in a few different categories. It did really, really well. So this is a super fun board, you guys. If I obviously mentioned it in my review. Would I recommend it to you? 1000% yes. Awesome board. Then we have the Rayne Future Killer 35. Now this board is the Rayne makes awesome boards, you guys. This board is so much fun to ride. It's also the only top mounted deck that I have. I mean, it's not drop through, and that was very noticeable. The board is a little bit more lively, but it's still got reverse kingpin, so it's very stable, and you know, it doesn't have as much of a. I guess this board and the Dropcat are the only ones that don't have a true drop. It does have a radial drop, radial concave, which is nice, and I've definitely learned to love it and use it to my advantage when I'm riding. So for my initial unboxing to now, obviously I've had some time with all these boards, and it's awesome. That radial concave, super nice. Then we have the Switchblade. The Switchblade originally came with 70mm mini zombies. I swapped out almost immediately for these Plow Kings, and that was 1000% the right choice, you guys. These Plow Kings do amazing on this board, and honestly, I'm going to consider trying something else, something a little larger. So these are 72. Maybe I'll try some Cheetahs, some 77s. Okay. So let's break it down for you guys. So these boards, I broke down into different categories. So there's pushing, which again is going to talk about the easiness of the pushing, the comfortableness, stuff like that. Let's see, the ride feel, stopping. Again, stopping different ways, agility. You know, how maneuverable is it? How easy is it to carve in and out of things you might need to get out of? Stability while you're riding at speeds, pushing, so stability. Starting line speed, again, this is something that's pretty fun. Start at a dead stop and just push as fast as you can. Portability, weight, and durability. So obviously that's pretty self-explanatory. Fit, finish, design, and comfort. Okay, so for the pushing, you guys, the board I want to say, I did rank these all 1 through 5. 5 being obviously the top score. Now the one thing I didn't do is I didn't compare them. So it's not like I said, okay, this board, there's 5 categories, one's going to get a top score, and then we're going to rank them down. What I did was I ranked them what I think they deserved, and then I totaled the points at the end. So the Dropcat did really, really well for pushing. It surprised me a lot. So as far as pushing goes, the Pantheon and the Dropcat were the only ones I gave a 5 for pushing. The Switchblade and the Zenit. No, I'm so sorry. The Pantheon I gave a 5. That was the only board I gave a 5. The Dropcat I gave a 4. Because it just, this one was just a little bit easier to push, even though it's got larger wheels. The Switchblade and the Zenit, both I scored them as a 3 because they just took a little bit more effort. And the Rayne board I scored a 2 because although it's easy to push, it is definitely noticeable that it's got the smallest wheels of the group. So then we go to stopping. So for stopping, I ranked them all a 5. So they all got a 5 except the Rayne board. The reason I ranked them all a 5 is because honestly they were all so easy to foot brake on. Even coming down or at higher speeds, I was able to foot brake still very stably. Is that a word, stably? And then the Rayne board I gave a 3, just because it was a little bit harder to foot brake on, at least for me currently. The top mount, so it was a little bit higher up. It was a different feel. Agility. So agility, I ranked them. So the Pantheon got a 5. Obviously, it's super agile. The Dropcat got a 5. These two being the shortest decks of the bunch, it's no surprise that they would be the most agile. Now the Rayne and the Zenit also got a 5 because those boards are also extremely agile. And the Switchblade, I gave it a 4. So Switchblade obviously is the longest deck at 38 inches, so it's going to hurt it a little bit in the agility. Stability. So stability, I ranked them all. So, 5s across the board, except the Rayne, which got a 4. So again, being top mounted, I'm a little bit higher up. The drop throughs plus the drop downs get you really low to the ground, so they make them very, very stable. Now, the Rayne though is not any slouch. It's extremely stable. I tightened up the trucks to where I needed them, and I had no issues. Starting line speed. So starting line from a takeoff. Let's see. No. Starting line, okay. Starting line, actually this is the only one that the Pantheon did not get a perfect score on. I got a 4. The reason I got a 4 is because it got larger wheels, so it takes a little bit more to push. The Switchblade got a 5. 72mm plow kings are so easy to push. For speed, let's see. The Zenit board also got a 4. That's because it's got the larger wheels, also the 85mm. The Rayne board, I did give it a 3. Now, it was probably the quickest off the line, being the smallest wheels. However, I did have to push the most on that one. So that's why I ranked it down at 3. And then the Dropcat, a 5. Now, portability, weight, durability. So I gave the Pantheon a 5, small 33 inches, very lightweight. Switchblade, I marked it as a 3. It's obviously got the biggest disadvantage of being the longest deck. It's longer than the Trip by 5 inches, you guys. That's a lot to try to fit in a backpack, or if you're walking through a door. Then the Zenit, Rayne, and Dropcat all got 5s on that one. Last but not least, fit, finish, design, and style. So the Pantheon I give a 5. I mean, I love the deck, you guys. I love the veneer. I love the graphics. I love the fit, the finish, the quality, the polished trucks, the setup, everything. There's nothing there's nothing that I do not like about the Pantheon. The Switchblade I gave a 4, just because it is a really nice deck. It's just not really as refined as some of the other ones. The Zenit board I gave a 5 also, because it's the same thing. It's perfect. The Rayne and the Dropcat also both got 4s. Again, they are amazing decks. They just don't have the same sort of fit and finish as the Pantheon and the Zenit. Now, if I add those scores up, the Pantheon came out with the most amount of points at 34, only missing 1 point for the initial rolling speed, just again because it had the largest wheels. The Switchblade, the Dropcat came in second place at 33 points. The Dropcat was a big surprise, you guys. It did everything really, really well. Everything. Really, the main thing that held it back was the what was the first category? Pushing, just because it had a little bit smaller wheels, 72 millimeter. I don't know. It just was a little bit of extra effort on that one. So 33 points, still not bad. 1 point behind the Trip. Came in second place. Third place came out with the Zenit board. Now the Zenit board got 32 points total. The Zenit board is awesome, you guys. There's really, I can't say anything that I don't like about it. They did everything very well. Plus, it was strong enough to carry all the boards plus me. So, third place for the Zenit. Fourth place in this one was the Switchblade. The Switchblade came out with 29 points. Honestly, I think it would have done a lot worse if I kept the mini zombies over the Plow Kings. Plow Kings made such a huge difference and gave the board so much more character. I'm definitely going to try to increase the size and maybe go up to 75. And then last but certainly not least was the Rayne board at 26 points. I think the biggest thing that held the Rayne board back was being the smallest wheels. Also, it's a top mounted deck, so it was just not as stable. I wasn't as low to the ground. So there's certain things that worked against it, but all in all, I mean, you can't lose with any deck, you guys. They're all super amazing. Now, if I was to rank, go back and really talk about things, pushing. The reason that I gave the Pantheon a 5 as far as pushing was because even though, which you guys will have seen in my test, now I did do a 2.3 mile test on each board. I wanted to do 5 miles, but it wasn't feasible. I've been so busy, different things going on. So I did 2.3 miles. I did them all today. I did all five boards, 2.3 miles, the same exact course. Now the Pantheon did not have the highest top speed, nor did it have the highest rolling average speed. There's a couple factors. For one, I was wearing my DC skate shoes. I wore those for 2 of the boards. The first one and Pantheon. The Pantheon for sure was the second board. I don't remember which was first currently. But I ended up, the shoes were just a little bit too tight for me. And I had nice, comfortable, thicker socks on. So my feet were a little bit too snug in there. So it wound up giving me a little foot fatigue. Even with that foot fatigue in mind from the shoe, not from the board, it was still the easiest to push. It was the one that felt like I was cruising the most, and that I felt like I could have pushed the longest. Now if I had worn my Vans, I think it would have done a lot better. The highest speed, I think, for the pushing was either the Switchblade or the Zenit boards. Now the Switchblade obviously is, for pushing, did really, really well because it has the longest wheelbase. It was easy to push, it was very stable. The Plow Kings made a big difference. Let's see. Stopping, they were all really easy to stop. Foot braking, I was surprised how easy I was able to stop with my foot braking. So it's definitely something I've been working on. So my foot braking has gotten better. They all did really well. The only thing, again, the Rayne being a top mount deck, it's a little bit less stable for foot braking, agility. Again, they all did really well. The Zenit boards is the only street truck of the bunch, and it did really well. It was super carvy, just like they all were. Agility wise, I don't think I could. Again, the Switchblade, just because it's the longest, maybe. Stability, they were all super stable. Really no little minute differences. I found that when I was pushing on the trip, I could push as hard, because I like to push hard. Maybe I don't, I'm not doing the 2 and 3 pushes per, I don't know, whatever, however you want to say it. But when I do like a single leg push, I drive with my leg, you guys. I work out fairly regularly. I have a decent squat. So hopefully there's a lot of drive and power in that push. And I try to use my whole foot to maximize it. Yeah, it was super stable and pushing really hard. The other ones were not as bad, but there was a little bit of movement. Starting line speed was for sure. I think the Rayne board was the fastest off the line. Now I overlaid these all together. Hopefully it comes out really well. They were all pretty close together, you guys. There's really you can't really, and there's probably easier, faster ways to push from a dead stop to get up to as fast as you want. I did the best I could, and I hope you guys like it. Portability, weight, durability. I didn't have a scale there. I probably comfortably say the Switchblade's the heaviest, but it's because it's the longest. They're all pretty portable. Again, Switchblade losing a little bit. Excuse me, guys. I apologize. The Switchblade losing a little bit of portability because of the length. They're all fairly lightweight for what they offer, and they're all extremely durable. So no loss there. Fit, finish, design, style, and comfort. Fit and finish, hands down, the Pantheon, hands down. Design and style, I don't know, that's gonna be more of a personal preference. I like them all. If I had to pick one, it would probably come down to these two. Comfort, they're all really comfortable. They're all super comfortable. I've ridden all of them multiple times. Today I got a little foot fatigue, but that was from the shoes. Sorry you guys, it's late right now for me. It's about 2 a.m. I'm trying to finish this video. I wanted to get it done today so I can get a good night's rest once it's done, of course. So for me, the winner of this shootout is by far the Pantheon Trip, but I don't really think you could call a true winner out of all these boards because I had a blast with them all, and I don't think you can go wrong with any board. They're all amazing. If you guys have any more specific questions, please feel free to shoot me a message or reply in the comments. But for now, this is going to wrap up part 1 of our test. Part 2 will come soon. Can't say exactly how long. I might have more videos coming in between them, but I will test these boards out in the current configuration during some hill passes. So thanks you guys. I really, really hope you enjoyed the video. It might be a little bit long. I truly apologize for that, but again, I really hope you enjoyed it. Again, all the boards are truly amazing, made by great companies and great people for amazing people like us who want to have fun. So stay safe, get out and skate, stay strong, or do something that makes you guys happy. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.